Hey guys, it's Carl Brown for GuitarLessons365.com. Today we're going to look at the solos for Round and Round by Ratt. So, got some crazy stuff in this. We're going to do the main solo and the outro solo here. So, this main solo has a harmony part in it. So, when you heard me, I obviously can only play one of them at one time, but we're going to look at both of them, so don't worry about that. So, we're still tuned down a half step, like we were in the video where we learned all the chords and riffs. Hopefully you guys have seen that. So let's take a look at this. Now the first phrase sounds like this. Alright, so we're going to have this a step and a half bend starting at the 17th fret on the B string. Now you got to make that sound like the 20th fret. Then jump to that 20th fret and a whole set bend there with a lot of vibrato. Alright, from there we're going to have a quick little lick. We have 17 on the high E, 20, 17 on the B. Into a slow bend at the 20th fret on the high E string, and then bring it back down and just pick 20 normal. Then we do that lick again and come back to that 20 without the bend. And then we start this fast lick. Now this fast lick is pretty consistent as it goes down. We're gonna basically first we're gonna start here, 20th fret on the B, and then when you get to the high E string, trill a little bit between 17 and 20. So after that, come back to the 20th fret on the B and back to the 17. So we have this. All right, and now we're gonna kind of do another trill between 17 and 20 on the B, followed by 20 on the G, back to that 17 on the B. So this is kind of a really, you kind of taking this, it's kind of taking that lick across two strings. And he's going to end it with pulling off 20 to 19 to 17 on the G. And then he does kind of a Warren DeMartini. He likes doing this stuff. Just taking his finger and just kind of shifting it, sliding it up and down, just kind of erratically down, up and down. In this case, it's he's playing on the G string. So we have this. All right, so you just hear like a lot of noise there, and that's what he's doing. All right, and then we have this. All right, so there's a little pitch harmonic here on the bend at the 7th fret on the G string. Try to kind of hit that harmonic on it, pinch harmonic. And then 5 twice over to 7 on the D. All right, then you're going to slide into the 14th fret on the G string, quickly catch the 14th on the D, and then back to the 14 on the G, pull off the 12. One more time. All right, this next phrase is really cool, but it's got a kind of a tricky lick in it. I'll show you. Here you go. All right, so we ended a lot of those crazy slides again. So that's sliding up the B string here, and we get some big stretches here. We're gonna hammer on, first of all, 13 to 17, pull back off to 13. All right, so that just starts it really. And then we get to a consistent lick, which is this. You gotta reach all the way up to the 20th fret and pick that twice. And after the second pick, pull off to that 13. So we have this. That is a huge stretch. All right, now we're gonna do the same thing, but now we're playing the 17th fret here on the B twice and pulling off the 13th, so we have this. And then repeat that. So we started that with that quick little just hammer pull from 13 to 17 back, and then once again. All right, then jump up to the 20th fret now with your third finger. Play that twice again. This time pull off just to the 17 and play 19 on the G. So we have this. All right, and now you can have this lick. Now that you've been in that position, you can pull off 22 to 20 to 17 on the B string. Grab the 21st fret on the G, then back to the B string here. It's kind of just a, and then you come down kind of with the blues scale. Just, that's 20, 19, 17. And when you get to that 17th fret, start doing those slides again. All right, so we have this. All right, and now we get to the harmonized guitar part. So this part that I did when I was in the beginning of the lesson, when I just played through it, this is the part I'm going to show you first. It's a little bit louder in the mix than the other one. So if you're going to play it, if you just didn't have a second guitar player, I would play this one. So it's going to start here with this. All right, so that's 20th fret, whole step bend on the B. And again, then pick just 20th fret normal, and then hammer 17 to 20 and back to 17. I'll just hit that 17 again. So we have this all together. All right, now we have this legato lick. That's going to be, you're going to first play 17 to 18, hammer it on, pull back off to 17, and then pull off to 15. Now you're going to pull off 17, 15, 13, still on the B, and slide down to 12. The little 4-note patterns, so we have 4-note phrases. Just kind of 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Next 4-note phrase is going to be pull off from 13 to 12, over to 14 on the G, back to 12 on the B. Then pull off 14 to 12 on the G, to 14 on the D, back to 12 on the G, and end it with a 14 on the G. All right, from there, all right, so we kind of some melodic playing here. We have 16, 17 on the G, back to that 14, and then do that again. And then it's a slow bar dive. And then you're going to grab this, you know, with the harmony part it sounds right. So it's just 8 on the low E string, 10 on the D, and then 9 and 12 on the G. And then 12, 15, 13, 12 on the B. And then you're going to catch that 17th fret on the B string. From there, so that's pretty much between 17 and 20 on the B string. So from up to 20, pick and then bend, release, then 17 again, back to that 20, just follow the melody. Some bends there on the 20th fret. Hold that while the other guitar goes The other guitar does that, so that's where that little harmony part is, but you're just holding this, and then at the end, so that's just pulling off 20 to 17 on the B, then 19, 17, 19. All right, the other harmony part sounds like this. All right, so we're starting here now that when the other guitar part was on. So this is gonna kind of play with it now. 19th fret high on the high E string, half step in, kind of matching the same timing and phrasing of the other harmony part, obviously. And then hammering 17 and 19 back to 17. Now it's legato lick, same kind of thing. We have hammering 15 to 17 on the high E, pull back off to 15, pull off to 13, and then you're going to pull off 15, 13, 12, and slide down to 10. So that's that 4-note grouping. So we have 4 notes, next 4 notes. All right, next 4, yep, pulling off 12 to 10 on the high E, 13 on the B, back to 10 on the high E. And then 12 to 13, and then 10 to 13 on the B. And resolve it at the 10th fret on the B. All right, next phrase. All right, so after you're holding this 10 here, and then come up to 15, 17, to 13. Then do that again. And here comes that bar dive. Now the harmony of the part we did before is, so that goes with the, that we did in the first harmony. So this is just, that's 10th fret on the D, 9 on the G, 8 on the B, up to 13 on the B, and then 10, 13, 12, 10 on the high E string. And grab the 17 there on the high E string. Continuing the phrase. So that's back at the 19th fret there, half step bends. Then 17, 19, more bends. And then you're going to jump back here and pull off 17 to 15 on the high E to 17 on the B. Then jump back up here, pull off 19 to 17. Then 20, 17, 20 on the B. That one with this. Alright, so that's it for the first solo, and then we have a short little outro solo. It doesn't last very long because there's a quick little fade out, but let me play through it a little bit for you. Here we go. All right, by then it's really kind of faded out. So what's going on here? We have a couple of licks that are obviously really improvised. He's kind of just following a legato lick, just kind of doing random legato stuff down through a scale. So I'm going to show you that scale. So let's start here. It's kind of faint in the beginning, but he starts with this little kind of a, just kind of doing a melody of 11, 9, 7, 9 on the G. And then the actual first phrase, that's a slow bend at the 14th fret on the G. Then that's 12, and then pull off 14 to 12 on the D, then come back to that 14, pause, and then 12, and then slide 14 down to 12. All right, then we're back to this next phrase. I like that one. So we're basically have a whole slow bend here again at the 14th fret. So then play 12, then 14, then pick 12 again, and slide down to 9. 12 on the D, pick 11 on the G, slide down to 9. So we have this. Then pick 12 on the D again, and slide, pick 9, slide down to 7. Sorry, one more time. It's kind of catching some harmonics on those notes. Now, this next phrase starts with just a quick 7th fret on the G string, then a whole set bend. And then we have this. All right, so what's going on there? We're basically just going to be playing these notes. So just follow me with these notes. We have 10, 8, 7 on the B, 9, 7, 6 on the G, then 9, 7, 5, 4 on the D. So we have 4 notes there. And then 3 notes, 7, 5, 4 on the A string. It's going to end on this 7th fret here. So you're going to start with a bend, and then just start doing, which is basically just hammering on to the top note, up, come back down, then play the first note on the next string down and come back to your string. So we basically have this. And then kind of descend and kind of start. So you just kind of, you're just kind of taking that lick. See, that first note was on the D string. And then with these 4 notes we have, so you take these 3 and then shift it down to these 3. So that's how you get those still groups of 3s here, given those 4 notes on that string. And you come down. So that's kind of it's an improvised thing, so that's not note for note, but that's kind of the kind of stuff he's doing. And that's how you recreate that kind of stuff. I mean, he would never do it note for note himself. It's just kind of one of those things that's just random. All right, so after that, we have a couple of actual melodies there. We have, that's 12 on the high E, 12 on the B, slow bend at the 15th fret on the high E. Then that's 12 on the high E, pull off 15 to 12 on the B, and do a slow bend at the 17th fret. So we have, and then we have this kind of descending thing he likes to do, it kind of like we did in the first solo. So get used to this lick. Basically just do this, which is pulling off 17 to 12 on the high E, then 15 on the B, and back to 12 on the high E. So that's 4 notes, and he likes to take that lick and do it on the B and G string, which is going to be pulling off 15 to 12, and then over to 15 on the G, and then back to 12. Once again, it's one of those things that's kind of random, but he is just using this little blues scale. 15, 14, 12 on the G there. So it is. So just take this lick. All right, then he does some half-step pre-bends at the 16th fret on the high E string. And then you're back to this kind of. So it's just one of those licks that goes down. I mean, it's not a note-for-note thing. It's just. Just resolve it down to the 12th fret, and then he ends it with these 22nd fret high E bend. So, you know, that outro solo, it's one of those things where there's a lot of things in it that you're just not going to be able to create note for note. But if you get a general idea of the patterns that he's using and the scales that he's using, which is what I was trying to show you, without really doing anything note for note, that is just really what it's all about, to kind of recreate the solo. All right, hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you again soon for GuitarLessons365.com.